Hey guys, what's up? This is Bharat and today we're going to be reviewing the new Redmi Y1 launched in India. Let's quickly get started. Now, if you guys haven't already seen our unboxing video of the Redmi Y1, go ahead and hit that link in the description to check out the device. If you guys are interested in buying the phone, I'll leave a link to buying it in the description below as well. These phones are going to be sold out really quickly, so you may want to hit that link and then subscribe to the notifications. Now, while the Y1 was launched in a couple of variants, including a Y1 Lite, the phone is a complete rebrand of Xiaomi's own Redmi Note 5A, which is available in the Chinese market. Now, if you guys are not familiar with that device, the phone is something that we are familiar with, and we already unboxed the phone on our channel, and you can see the video in the description below as well. And you can also see that the packaging of the Redmi 5A and the Redmi Y1 is also quite identical. We will start off this review with build quality. Now, the phone is completely made out of plastic, so you don't get the premium look and feel and the durability of metal, but plastic phones are usually a lot more flexible and durable, so they will last you a long time, but they will not look as pretty, and the phone may start to shed some paint and get scratched up and dinged up really easily, and that is something that you need to be aware of. Over at the front, the phone does have some sort of Gorilla Glass protection. Again, the company has not verified which one, but I'm assuming it's Gorilla Glass 3 because it seems to be a lot resistant to scratches. Now, for the price, the phone offers a pretty good amount of specifications. On the inside, you get an octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 435 chipset with the Adreno 505 GPU. You get options up to 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage, and then you also get a 3080 mAh battery. The display is pretty interesting as well. It's a 5.5-inch display with a 1280 by 720 pixel resolution. It does have only 450 nits of brightness, but it's pretty good for usage indoors and in ample lit environments. If you're in direct sunlight, you may have a little bit of trouble looking at the phone screen. Also, viewing angles are not the best that we've seen on displays. They are pretty good, but they're not the best, and you will have a little bit of problem looking at the display from certain sides. The display does offer up certain Xiaomi features, including the night display, a reading mode, and color temperature adjustment, which are pretty standard nowadays. Now, phone call capability on this phone is pretty impressive as well. Microphones and earpiece work really well, and network connections seem to be strong. The phone does take in 2 nano SIM cards along with a micro SD card, so you can have all 3 of those chips in there. Now, as far as the battery is concerned, the battery should last you a good full day without any requirements for recharges. But if you're a heavy user, you'll find yourself using the phone quite a lot and recharging it at about half day's time. But again, this will completely depend on the kind of usage you have, and screen on times will vary anywhere from 4 to 5 hours of screen on time all the way up to 11 hours of screen on time, depending on the kind of usage that you have for your device. Now, because the Redmi Y1 supports up to 128GB of micro SD storage, you can take your videos and games and all of those things with you. You can transfer game files onto the memory card. That is pretty easily done. And the speaker on the device is also pretty good, so you'll enjoy the consumption of the media on this phone quite a lot. Now, as far as gaming is concerned, the 435 chipset manages to handle gaming even on the 3GB variant that we have. We found that games like Asphalt and heavy graphic games work pretty well on the Redmi Y1, especially more than what you can expect from a phone at 10,000 rupees. Now, the phone will be updated to MIUI 9, which will give it several other new Xiaomi features for MIUI, including split screen capability, the new camera application, and several other new improvements and tweaks that should make the experience of the Y1 slightly better. Now, day-to-day performance seems good on this device, and switching between apps, running several apps, and doing day-to-day tasks seem to be a breeze on the Redmi Y1. The fingerprint sensor is also really fast and responsive, and when you're using the front-facing camera, you can use it as a shutter button as well. Speaking of the cameras, one of the highlights of this phone are the cameras. The front has a 16 megapixel camera. It has several beauty profiles and beauty modes, and for those who like tweaking their images after they click them, they have several options available on this device. You also get an f2.0 large aperture. You also get a front-facing flash. Now, these are features that will come in handy if you take a lot of front-facing pictures, but I found that if you turn off the beauty mode and all the beauty capabilities of the front-facing camera and take pictures raw, they turn out to be the best. The flash is also pretty good for front illumination, especially if you're in completely dark environments. You'll manage to get some really good shots. The rear-facing camera is a 13 megapixel camera and does not seem to be a real priority for the Redmi Y1. You do have an f2.2 aperture, but the device does support PDAF, HDR capabilities, and all the Xiaomi features are available on this device. Overall image quality is impressive from a phone that costs 10,000 rupees and under. You won't find yourself complaining with the kind of image quality that you get. Low light environment shots tend to get noisy and grainy, which is something that we've noticed in general around phones in this price bracket. bracket, and that continues with the Redmi Y1. But again, if you're consuming those images and if you're sharing those on social media and if you're consuming those images on smartphone displays, it's not going to be a big problem and you'll be able to use those images without any issues. Also, apart from the traditional sensors, the device also supports the electronic compass, an ambient light sensor, a gyroscope, a proximity sensor, GPS and GLONASS. So all your sensors are on this device despite the price bracket differences. Now, the Xiaomi Redmi Y1 is known as the Redmi 5A in China. So that means that the Redmi 5A will possibly not come to India because it's already been launched as the Redmi Y1. For the price and for the kind of specs that Redmi phones offer, they've always been pretty good in their own specific niche. And the Redmi Y1 seems to carve out another niche for itself in this particular range and in this particular price bracket. It also makes for a good second phone to have because it does have dual SIM capabilities and a pretty good battery life, so you can carry it with you. If you're traveling, it can be a good secondary phone for those who are into flagship devices as well. For those looking for a phone in the 10,000 rupee price bracket, and if you're willing to stand in line on the flash sale, this is definitely a phone that you should consider. That's it for our review, guys. If you liked it, don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to iGyaan. This has been Bharat Nagpal. I will see you guys in the next one.